Hello everyone, this is Parsley. I'm the developer of This Brand Life. So what I'm going to do today is go through basically a custom game to give you a basic overview of how the game works. So first thing we do is select the city, and then we select a difficulty level basically. So if you were born on a golden pedestal, that's the easiest difficulty. If you were born behind a dumpster, that's the most difficult one. So let's go for something in the middle. Let's say we were born in a public hospital. Okay, so next thing we need to do is set up our character. So you can select a preset profile. Currently we have two. Gives you a little description of them and also their traits and any education they might have. So I'm going to go through and set up my own preset character. You can choose a name from a list or enter your own. So for example, select that one, or you can just change it up yourself, whatever you want. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so next thing you can do is select an avatar from our photo gallery here. Let's go for a cat, and then you can select any traits that your character might have. So currently we have 2 privilege points, and any positive trait takes away from your privilege points, while a negative trait will add to your privilege points. So this number in the end has to be higher than 0. Let's say Charlotte is well educated. So now we're a -1 privilege point. We need a negative trait to balance that out. Let's say Charlotte is also a high-risk borrower. There we go, so well educated and high-risk borrower. And now we have 0 privilege points, so that's fine. You can also select an education which takes away from your privilege. We won't do that today. And finally, you can choose your life goals. So how long do you want the game to go for? Wealth is basically how much money you want to have at the end of it, or how much money and assets, which include your investments like any real estate you own, any money in your bank accounts. So you can go all the way up to 1 million, which will make the game very long, cross-planetary marathon. As you can imagine, making $1 million will take a long time in real life as well. Let's just go with 100,000. Now possessions, so that's the total worth of everything you own. 5,000 will do. And knowledge, so the way knowledge works is this number represents the estimated number of years you have to spend studying to gain that amount of knowledge. So normal bachelor's at a university takes about 3 years. So knowledge of 3 means you would basically need a bachelor to achieve this goal. You can go all the way up to 15 years of knowledge, which is basically includes a PhD and multiple degrees. And life happiness is basically just how satisfied you are with life in general, which we can go through more later. Alright, so let's start the game. A little tip appears down here. That'll give you something useful to look at. Alright, so you start off at the Sydney Parklands with $1,000, homeless and unemployed. First thing we should do is find a home. Now we can't afford anything that's closer to the city, like here or here, where all the good stuff is. So we'll have to settle for something on the edges of the city. Let's go to Blacktown and find a place to live here. So find a home. We have 2 choices: a small house, and down here you can see a little description. Small house, rent is about $1,200 paid monthly, and you can have possessions up to $700 to $200 without any chance of being robbed. So if you have possessions worth more than that, then you have a higher chance of being robbed basically, and the criminals coming in and stealing something. Now with a 1-bedroom apartment, rent is $600 paid monthly, and possessions safe up to $3,000. Now we only have $1,000, so we can only afford the 1-bedroom apartment. So let's select that one. There you go. Welcome home. So you can see here, once we found a place to live, we can stare at a wall, which increases our fun. Shower at home increases our hygiene, or order a pizza, which takes away our health but also increases our hunger. Okay, so all our needs are pretty full. We're at the start of the game, so that's fine. Let's find a place to work now. We've only got $387 left, which won't be enough to pay next month's rent, which is due in 4 weeks. Alright, so let's go to this fast food place, Burger Gruel, and find a job. Apply for a job, and alright, so we can be a kitchen hand, which pays us $11 full time, or we can be a fast food cook, which pays us $10 full time. Now, the reason why being a kitchen hand pays more is because if you're a fast food cook, you gain work experience and cooking experience, whereas if you're a kitchen hand, you don't gain any cooking experience at all. So with being a fast food cook, you have a chance to advance in your career, which is why you get paid less initially. So let's be a fast food cook. Application was rejected, no openings available. Okay, well, can we be a kitchen hand then? Yep, okay, so we can be a kitchen hand this week. Alright, so you can see work performance is at 0 basically, triple C plus, which is basically lowest of the low. You go any lower, basically you'll have work performance issues and you have a chance of being fired. So, okay, let's work. You can see our work performance improved a little bit. Let's work again, and you can see down here it tells you gain work experience, you lose fun, and your hunger goes down because you get hungry over time. Alright, so we've worked 60 hours. I clicked that button 3 times, which means we've worked 60 hours in total, and we're getting quite hungry and we need to improve our fun before we continue. If any of your needs drop to 0, then your happiness will start falling really quickly, and when your happiness reaches 0, then that's when you have a chance of becoming depressed and losing the game basically. So you always want to keep your happiness relatively high, or at least at the 50% mark, halfway mark. Alright, so we need to improve our hunger, so let's staying at Burger Gruel. Let's eat a burger meal which costs us $57 and takes 5 hours. So you can see we have $1,000. If I eat, I lose $57. Alright, so hunger's there, fun, we need to have some fun now. So with fun, what you can do is you can go home and you can stare at the wall for free. Staring at the wall increases your fun by 1.2 per hour. So stare at the wall, you can see our fun improves. Stare at the wall, and stare at the wall. Alright, so this week nothing happened, it's the first week. Next week, nothing expected. And we're nowhere near achieving any of our goals, which is to be expected. This is just the start of the game. Okay, so I'm hungry again, so this time instead of going to Burger Gruel to eat, what I can do is I can order pizza at home instead. You can see my hunger went up all the way, almost all the way. Okay, so a new week, I should work at least another 40 hours. So that's 20 hours, that's 40 hours. And now, what I can do, instead of going home and staring at the wall, to increase my fun, let's go to this Olympic Park, which is a stadium where we can watch a sports game. Alright, so we're at the park, and what we can do is we can watch the sports game, which gives us 2.25 fun. Now, if you remember, at the park, we only got a 1.2 increase in fun. Whereas if we watch a sports game, we get a 2.25 increase in fun. So a much higher increase in fun, but also it costs us money, which is the downside of it. And you can see we also get a bit of happiness, not much, but a tiny little bit. Okay, so if I watch a sports game, you should see the fun rise pretty quickly. Yeah, there we go. And what we can do is watch the sports game again. Of course, each time I do that, it costs me money. And while I'm here, I might as well go for a run to increase my health back to full. Alright, so getting hungry. Let's go home and order some pizza. And also we need to clean ourselves up, so have a shower. And then we'll go back to Burger Gruel and work again. Alright, so look, we're 1% towards achieving our wealth goal. So it's pretty hard to achieve your lifetime goals when you're working for what's basically minimum wage. at Burger Gruel. But as you gain experience, what you can do is you can find a higher paying employment. For example, if we go to Lebanese Cuisine here, which is basically a high-end restaurant, and we look at the jobs available, you can see we've got kitchen hand, we've also got restaurant cook. Now restaurant cook, if you look down here, it pays $11.77 and requires a chef uniform and cooking experience. However, the level after that, so being a sous chef, pays $19, so it pays a lot more, but you can see it requires a lot more qualifications. So you need a diploma as well as cooking experience and work experience. Now I don't have any of that, of course, because I've just started the game, but as you progress, you can even become a head chef where you make $37 an hour, which is a lot more than the $10 an hour you're making now. Okay, so what do we need? Need to increase our hunger and our fun. Let's just stare at the wall a bit more and order some pizza, and then go to work, and okay, getting hungry, eat a burger meal, go home and stare at the wall some more. Okay, so our rent is due next month for $600. We have plenty. We just have to make sure we have enough by the end of the week, end of this week. Okay, so another thing I want to do now is go to the Appliances Mega Store and buy myself a computer, because with a computer I can increase my fun even quicker. It costs $800, so I'll have $800 left after I buy this, which should be enough for next week's rent. And if I go home now, yep, you can see here we can now play PC games on that computer, which means our fun will increase by 2 instead of 1.2, and our health will go down a bit as well. So if I play PC games, you should see my fun increase. Look at that, and order some pizza. Okay, so now playing PC games is basically always better than staring at the wall. So what I'll do is I'll hide staring at the wall, since I won't be doing that anymore. Right, so just to keep things nice and decluttered. So as you buy more possessions and you pick up more action, you can hide actions that you don't need anymore from the list. Okay, so there's a lot more to do. You can go to university or trade school to learn some things, and you can go to shopping mall and buy some stuff. Go to the bank and get loans and make investments, buy clothes. But for the purposes of this first episode, I think I'll end it there. Thank you for watching.